Hopefully YouTube doesn't fuck this video up, because for the last week it messed up like basically every video and I got like half the views I would normally get on all of them. So hopefully you guys see this, but if you missed all my videos from this week, I pretty much uploaded every day and you probably didn't even see it. So go check all of those out if you want to. Anyways, I wasn't sure if I was gonna make this video this year because I don't really do videos about competitive anymore, but I figured I could make an exception for this one because, I mean, I did it last year, I did it the year before, so I guess it's kind of a yearly tradition, I don't know, but I would have also done one for like Black Ops 3 only, but I don't think I paid enough attention this year to have a good educated Black Ops 3 only list, whereas with the top 10 all time, it's a little bit more objective and I can pretty easily justify all of these rankings based off the categories. So before we start, I should also note that there is one more Black Ops 3 event, UMG Orlando, I think next week or something, but I don't even know if all the teams are going to that. I think some people are doing pickup teams and it's kind of a random event and I don't know how many people are taking it seriously. Most people are about done with Black Ops 3 at this point, but regardless of who wins that event, I don't think it would change any of these rankings, so it doesn't really matter, don't have to wait for it. We're going to do this the same as last year. Objectively, we're going to be looking at number of championships, career earnings, and any like special achievement type stuff like winning X Games, COD XP, COD Champs, that type of stuff. And then I'll just throw my opinion in there at the end on what I think about it. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, coming in at number 10, we got the legend himself, BigT. He's still on this list and he hasn't competed in the last 3 Call of Duties. Well, I guess technically he did a very little bit in Ghost, but that doesn't even really count. So that kind of says a lot that he's still on the list because all these people have had time to catch up to him and they still couldn't. So anyways, BigT, number 18 in earnings, 13 championships, and he did win COD XP as a special achievement. So I think the only thing with him is that he competed way back in the day when the scene wasn't big and all that, and by the time the scene already exploded like it did in BO2, he was already kind of done, so he kind of got screwed on that. But his championships and his earnings and all that would probably be way higher if he competed now instead of back then. Coming in at number 9, we got Merck. I have him just above BigT because they have pretty similar accomplishments. Merck is number 10 in earnings and also has 13 championships, so the same amount of championships. Also, they both did win COD XP together back in MW3 on Optic, so they pretty much have the exact same achievements, just Merck has higher earnings because he usually plays better at champs, so that's why I have him just slightly ahead of BigT. Coming in at number 8, we got TP. Is he retired now? I think he is because I know he's casting and everything. I don't know if he plans on coming back next year, but he is number 12 in earnings, 18 championships, and he did win COD champs in Ghost with Complexity, so he's really high up there as far as the championships are concerned because he was on pretty much the best Call of Duty team there ever was. Also, he's probably considered one of the best OBJ players ever. So we got TP at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we got Formal. Formal's kind of a weird one because he literally just started playing a couple years ago, but he already has so many accomplishments and everything just because, well, he did get put on the fucking best team. But regardless, his accomplishments are pretty crazy. 15 championships, number 11 in earnings, does have a gold medal from X Games last year. I think people would argue that he was maybe the best player in Advanced Warfare, and I would say people would argue he's maybe the best player in Black Ops 3. He's in the conversation, I would say. AW was either Skunk or him, or maybe Clay. Black Ops 3, maybe like him, Skunk, John, something like that. But he already has like more championships than people that have been competing a much longer time than him, so that definitely says something. Coming in at number 6, we got Clayster. 12 championships, number 7 in earnings. He's got a lot of special achievements. He has a X Games gold medal. He did win COD champs in AW, and he also got COD champs MVP. He's been around for a long time. He won most of his championships with Complexity, obviously. He didn't win anything in all of Black Ops 3, I don't think, at least, so people are kind of catching up to him on the championships, but his earnings is still number 7, which is pretty good. And he was probably in the discussion as the best AW player as well, probably the best AR in BO2 as well. I feel like with him, it's either hit or miss, because like every other game, he seems to be like either the best player or just not doing anything. I don't know. Like BO2, he was amazing. Ghost didn't really do much. AW started out slow, but then became like one of the best players. Then BO3 didn't really do much. I don't know. It's like every other year. Coming in at number 5, we got JCap. This is probably the biggest jump in the list, obviously, because he does have 2 rings now. He did win the biggest Call of Duty tournament ever, and doing that put him at number 1 in earnings for all Call of Duty players ever. And the crazy part is he only has 8 championships, but he's number number 1 in earnings just because he won 200K this year from COD XP. So that's pretty crazy. But as far as special achievements, COD XP and COD Champs last year, so basically COD Champs twice. He has 2 rings just like Karma. And as I said, he did win the biggest Call of Duty tournament ever, so that obviously holds some weight. Now, I didn't really watch the scene that much back in the day, but I believe he was considered like the best Black Ops 1 player and the best MW2 player. At the very least, he was in the conversation for that. I'd probably have him higher if his championships weren't so low. Like 8 is kind of low for this list, and he's still top 5 even with 8. Coming in at number 4, we got Aches, number 9 in earnings, 19 championships, did win COD Champs in Ghost with Complexity. Honestly, the only reason I put Aches ahead of Cap is because 19 championships to 8 championships, like that's more than double. Like that holds some weight, you know what I mean? That's really my only justification there. If Aches had never won a ring, then I might flip him, but he has a ring. He may not have 2, but he literally has more than double, so I gotta give him the number 4 spot for that. He hasn't really done much in the last 2 years other than ruin Optic's chance of winning COD Champs, which I guess, I mean, that's kind of cool for him or whatever. I know he's happy about that. He's probably the most hated Call of Duty player ever. Well, maybe Parasite as well, I don't know. But they're both hated for different reasons. Coming in at number 3, we got Karma. Number 2 in earnings, 19 championships. He does have a gold medal from X Games last year. He also has COD Champs from BO2 and Ghost, so 2 rings. I think most people will say he was the best Black Ops 2 player, either him or Krim. Skunk in there as well. You know, he was in the conversation. At least for like the first 6 months, he was the best player in BO2. Same with Ghost. I think he's in the conversation for best player in Ghost as well. Him, Skunk, Krim. Same situation. Not much else to say. He gets a lot of hate now because of the role he has to play on Optic, but someone has to play that role on the team, and it just happens to be him. So his stats have gone pretty down for the last 2 CODs, but we've seen what his stats can be when he isn't playing that role, so I wouldn't really hold that against him. Coming in at number 2, we got Skunk. Number 8 in earnings, 21 championships. Skunk's championships are a little weird because I'm just going to count MW3 to make it simple. I know a lot of people are against that. He has 5 from MW3, so if you don't count those, it would be 16. Otherwise, it's 21. He's the only player with 2 X Games gold medals. The only problem with Skunk, the real issue, is he's never won COD Champs. I think he's the only player on this list who's never won COD, well, formal either, but them 2 are the only ones who have never won COD Champs. Well, I don't know if we want to count Merck and BigT because that wasn't really the same thing as what COD Champs means today, but it was $100,000 each, so it's a similar format. It was just kind of a weird tournament. But Skunk has probably been in the conversation for best player in literally every COD. I think MW3 he 100% was. BO2, I wouldn't give it to him. I'd give it to Karma or Krim, but he's top 3. AW, I think most people would say it was him. Ghost, I don't know if he would win it, but he's definitely in the conversation. I think he's top 3. I think a lot of people would give it to him. And then Black Ops 3, I think a lot of people would give it to him. I think he's in the conversation. He's probably top 3 in Black Ops 3 as well. So he's pretty much been like the best player in every single COD. He just hasn't won COD Champs, man. That's really the only thing. So whenever he wins that, maybe I'll slide him up to number 1, but I don't know. The person at number 1, like, I don't know if I could put anyone above those accomplishments. But anyways, coming in at number 1, we have Optic Nadeshot, the great. Alright, let me stop. I'm just playing. Now, coming at number 1, Krim, 26 championships. That is the most championships out of any Call of Duty player. Number 3 in earnings. He does have an X Games gold medal. He did win COD Champs in Ghost. He has an X Games bronze medal as well. I don't know. He probably doesn't even fucking care about that. He was definitely in the conversation, or if not, regarded the best player in Black Ops 2, at least for like the second half of the game. Also probably in the conversation for best player in Ghost as well. I don't know how many Call of Duty events he's been to, but I'm pretty sure he's won more than half of the ones he's been to, which is pretty insane. Literally, whatever team he goes to wins. That's kind of how it, even though Optic didn't win champs this year, they still won the most events. Literally starting in BO2, whatever team Krim was on won the majority of the events. So I don't know how you can really argue with that. Even back before he joined Optic and he was playing against Skunk, I think Skunk only beat him like 1 or 2 times head to head. X Games and UMG Chicago. It was the one where Aches pushed nadeshot. Was that Chicago? I think so. I can't even think of any other examples. So I mean, that pretty much says it all. Whatever team he's on is probably gonna be the most successful team that year. I don't see how you can't give him number 1 for that. But yeah, that's it for the list. I'll link the one from last year down below. below in the description if you want to go check it out. Off the top of my head, I think the only changes are that both Skunk and Jakob moved up. Jakob moved up a couple spots. I had Karma ahead of Skunk last year, which I guess doing that also moves some other people down. I think Formal got moved down one spot. But yeah, that's it for the video. Let me know your top 10 in the comments section down below. Last year, there were so many people mad at me for not putting nadeshot in it, so I don't know where I'd personally put him. I mean, he is number 13 in earnings, but he only has 6 championships, so I don't know how you can really put him on the list. He has less championships than every single person above him, and also the only person he has more earnings than is BigT, but BigT has 13 championships, which is more than double. So I don't know. I'm not hating, all right? Like, I'm just explaining to you why I didn't put him in the top 10. I know the green wall is very upset, but objectively, I don't see how you put him in the top 10. If I put him somewhere, it'd be in like the 11 to 15 range, most likely, along with like Rambo, Parasite, Proofy, like those sort of people. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Be sure to leave a like rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Other than that, have a good day and peace out.